The story begins in a dark, suffocating solitary confinement cell. The protagonist, Woohyun, and his comrades are tied to cold torture chairs. Initially, Woohyun desperately clings to the hope that it is all a surreal game they will eventually log out of. But the cruel reality crushes that final belief. Su-ah, the pink-haired girl, and the others sob their last words, apologizing for their lack of endurance and pleading for Woohyun to survive for them. Helplessly, he stretches out his hand, watching each friend succumb to agony and exhaustion. One by one, they are tortured to death. Finally, no one answers Woohyun's cries. His scream of despair echoes as he realizes this bloody game is now his new reality. This hell originated from a globally famous virtual reality, VR, game called Reverse Planet. It was once the world's #1 game, featuring fantasy elements like space gates, superpowers, and invasion wars. Woohyun logged into the game upon a friend's suggestion, but instead of playing, they became fully trapped in this world. Their experiences were not game quests but inhumane biological experiments on living human bodies. Victims were kidnapped and tortured with electricity, injected with poisons, and subjected to body modification. The purpose of this cruelty was named the Transcendent Project, a mad experiment that cost thousands of lives to create a single transcendent. Woohyun is the last survivor, subject number 62 inches this room. The corpses are disposed of, dragged away like trash, while the survivor is taken away for further experiments. Amidst extreme pain and helplessness, Woohyun's psyche shatters. His eyes blaze red with fury and iron resolve. He vows, "I won't forgive you bastards. I will survive and take revenge." A red alarm blares throughout the facility with an urgent announcement. Warning: experiment subjects have escaped. Woohyun and a group of survivors run desperately down the corridor, encouraging each other that the exit is just ahead. But just as the light of freedom flickers, a heavy boot slams down, blocking their path. A bulky, red-haired guard with glowing blue goggles appears. He looks at them with contempt, declaring he will kill all the trash specimens. Backed into a corner, the survivors do not flinch. Comrades charge forward with makeshift weapons to shield the others, while Baek Woohyun provides rear support. The guard is arrogantly confident, intending to finish the whole group with a single blow. Yet, the one sent flying is him. His body flips in midair, blood pouring from a deep chest wound, his face etched with extreme horror. He had grossly underestimated their true power. However, this victory comes at a heavy cost. Almost everyone falls. Only Woohyun survives. The immense grief causes Woohyun's mind to begin shattering. He hears his name called from nothingness. Dark illusions representing the souls of his dead friends emerge and surround him. Instead of comforting him, they scream with hatred. "Avenge us. Kill them all." "I hate this, Woohyun. It's unfair." These screams are both a motivation and a chain binding Woohyun to a bloody path. 3 years after Baek Woohyun successfully escaped the hellish laboratory. But time has not washed away the hatred, it has only sharpened his killing skills. After 3 years, Woohyun is completely transformed. Longer hair, rippling muscles, and a cold, ruthless gaze. He single-handedly attacks enemy facilities. No longer the weak boy of the past, Woohyun now moves like the wind, easily dodging bullets and mercilessly slaughtering enemies with his knife. His mind is focused on one single action. I killed, and killed. From an innocent victim, Baek Woohyun has become a cold revenge machine, living only to offer his enemy's blood to the spirits of his deceased friends. Amidst endless slaughter, Woohyun doesn't know how much longer he will live this way, until a familiar blue notification appears, its content now fate-defining. Special mission, bug fix. Objective: eliminate the head of the Transcendent Project. Reward: a chance to return to the real world. No longer running, Woohyun actively attacks the lair of the man behind everything. In the central room, the boss, a blonde man in a blue suit, is cornered, kneeling among the corpses of his subordinates. Although defeated, he remains arrogant, refusing to believe his empire was ruined by experiment mice. When Woohyun's companion speaks, the boss immediately yells, "Shut up, Subject 81. That question isn't for you." Woohyun emerges like death, his eyes shrouded in darkness, ready to deliver the final bug fix. The creator of hell now faces the demon he himself created. Facing death, the project boss loses his arrogance, switching to flattery. He praises Woohyun as the most successful Transcendent Project masterpiece, a true transcendent in a human body, promising him everything: money, power, anything he desires. In response, Woohyun simply says, his hand gathering energy, "No need." When the temptation fails, the boss's vile nature is exposed. He screams, using the League of Enterprises to threaten Woohyun. His death is not the end. The organization behind him will hunt Woohyun's family and friends and destroy everything connected to him. Woohyun is unfazed. A devastating strike tears through the space, cutting the League of Enterprises plaque on the desk, a symbol of his absolute defiance, and instantly killing the boss before he finishes his threat. The enemy is dead, the mission is complete. His comrade, Subject 81, grumbles that Woohyun acted too fast for an interrogation, but Woohyun ignores him, staring at the system screen. Special mission bug fix complete. Would you like to return to your original world? This is the moment Woohyun has longed for years. His trembling finger moves towards the yes button. One tap, and the nightmare ends. He will be home. But at that decisive moment, darkness rises from below. The black ghosts of his dead friends cling to his legs, dragging him into the mire of hatred. They do not want his freedom, they want blood. But he is sick of the killing. Instead of continuing as a bloodthirsty demon for the dead, Woohyun chooses liberation for his own soul. Despite his comrades' vehement protests that this is the true reality, Woohyun ignores the doubts. He selects yes. His body dissolves into streams of blue light, and he sends an apology to those left behind. The light vanishes. Woohyun wakes up with a start, drenched in sweat and gasping for air. No corpses, no scent of blood, no dungeon. He is lying on a soft bed in his familiar bedroom. Instead of bloody combat gear, he wears funny squid-patterned pajamas. Woohyun rushes to check his phone for the time. He is shocked to realize the date on his phone is the exact day he was pulled into the game. Time in the real world has not passed during his years in the other hell. Or perhaps, he has been regressed to the exact starting point. The crisscrossed scars from countless life and death battles are gone. The rippling muscles of a transcendent are also absent. He is back to being a frail, scholarly young man as if no trauma ever occurred. Everything is clean, as if it were all just a dream. But all those memories are hauntingly real. Woohyun clutches his head, firmly asserting, was all of that a dream? No. The 10 years I lived there were definitely real. The phone on the desk rings, interrupting his thoughts. The caller is Jung Nayeon. Woohyun answers. On the other end, Nayeon's vibrant, scolding voice sounds as if nothing has happened. Instead of replying, Woohyun coldly hangs up. He stands silently, remembering her voice. Woohyun looks at his phone wallpaper, a close photo of him and her, his best friend. Nayeon was the one who invited him to play Reverse Planet. A momentary suspicion crosses Woohyun's mind. Could she be behind this? However, based on her personality, he quickly dismisses the possibility. Nonetheless, Woohyun goes to the meeting spot. In the noisy BBQ restaurant, Nayeon appears with a radiant smile, completely unaware of the hell her invitation had opened up for him. For Nayeon, it's just a reunion after enrollment. But for Woohyun, the person in front of him is the very cause of the 10 years of hell he just endured. When Nayeon suggests drinking, Woohyun immediately refuses. Nayeon is surprised, but Woohyun has his own inner struggle. The instincts of a 1,000-time killer remain. He fears that a momentary loss of control could turn this dinner into a crime scene. The sizzling of the meat on the grill draws them into the main topic. Nayeon eagerly asks Woohyun about playing Reverse Planet, but his face immediately darkens. Woohyun states plainly that he only created a character and watched the intro before being pulled straight into the game. Nayeon takes this bitter truth as a joke, retorting that only watching the intro is the same as not playing. Hearing her carelessly insensitive words, Woohyun's repressed anger instantly erupts. His hand on the table clenches, veins protruding, his cold gaze locked onto Nayeon. A vengeful thought screams in his head. Not played? I lived 10 years in hell because of one person. If it weren't for her. Nayeon is completely oblivious to the murderous intent radiating from Woohyun. She casually whines about him not streaming as promised, only wanting to borrow his arena ranker reputation to boost her channel's engagement. Watching the innocent girl complain about broken promises, the tension in Woohyun slowly dissipates. He realizes, the Nayeon of this world knows nothing about the Transcendent Project or the horrifying deaths. Surrounded by the scent of BBQ and the familiar noise of the restaurant, Woohyun sighs, his clenched hand relaxing. Though the memories of hell remain intact, the feeling of living in the present is taking over. He tells himself, yeah, it looks like I really came back. Back in his room, Woohyun cannot get things out of his head. He sits in front of his computer, constantly clicking to search for clues about the person behind the hellish game. But then Woohyun drops the mouse, leans back, and sighs wearily. Helplessness weighs him down. What's the point of the address? What can he do? Woohyun laughs bitterly at himself. What am I going to do if I go there? They'll think I'm crazy if I tell them I was thrown into another world because of their game. Memories of being strapped to the operating table and experimented on like an animal flood back, overriding his anger. He shudders. Even if they are involved, touching them will only bring disaster. Bringing this up without a proper reason, I'll only cause more trouble for myself. Woohyun decides to stop. He tells himself to forget everything that happened in that place. From that day on, Baek Woohyun begins to act the role of an ordinary student. He attends class, passes through subway turnstiles, hangs out with friends, and laughs about trivial things like eating street food. He tries his best to integrate, to live a normal life that he yearned for over the past 10 years. In the sunlit library, Woohyun sits attentively in class, discussing his major with friends. Everything seems perfect and peaceful. But the darkness never leaves him. Although Woohyun's body is still in class, his mind is submerged in a bloody illusion. The back in his memory is still full of torture scars. Unhealed wounds still bleed in his soul. From behind, a ghastly, blazing red shadow, the embodiment of the hell he endured, rises and whispers chilling doubts into his ear. But, have you truly returned? Is this really your reality? The days Woohyun tries to live normally begin to crack. In the quiet university library, which should be the safest place, Woohyun feels more stifled than ever. The red phantoms reappear. They surround him, whispering words filled with hatred, revenge. The most ruthless revenge. You don't belong here. Go and kill them all. Fear engulfs him, making him jump up and flee. But the deadly whispers echo, and the demonic phantoms cling to him. His body reacts automatically before his brain can think. A hand, hard as steel, clamps down on the arm of a male student who accidentally tries to touch him. In a brief but terrifying moment, reality and memory overlap. In Woohyun's eyes, he does not see an innocent student. He sees an enemy. The illusion is stark. Woohyun sees his hand holding a sharp dagger, ruthlessly stabbing through the opponent's neck, blood splattering everywhere. The student's scream of terror jolts Woohyun back to reality. There is no knife, no blood, only the confused and terrified eyes of his peer, looking at him like a madman. Woohyun lets go, steps back, sweating profusely. He stutters an apology and rushes out of the library, leaving behind looks of suspicion and murmurs. Sitting silently outside the campus, Woohyun struggles with a soft drink and his fingers shaking violently. His body, the monster within him, demands release. And Woohyun is exhausted trying to keep it caged. Looking at his trembling hand, he asks himself in agony, can I truly live as a normal person? Around him, the bloody phantoms rise from the ground, clinging to his limbs like invisible chains. They no longer scream in rage but switch to mournful pleading. Woohyun, stop it, come back. Have you forgotten us? Avenge us. Just as his mind is about to be consumed, Nayeon's sharp voice interrupts. Woohyun, cut it out. Nayeon, with her brown ponytail, appears, looking down at him with a mix of worry and annoyance. She notices his abnormality and begins to ask questions. Seeing Woohyun's silence, she thumps her chest reassuringly. If you're having any trouble, just tell your big sis here. I'll help you out. The genuine offer makes Woohyun laugh bitterly. Ha, big sis, what? He looks up, forcing a smile to hide the inner turmoil. It's nothing. I'm fine. As the girl's figure disappears, the smile on Woohyun's face fades. He looks down at the black hands still clinging to his body. No matter how far he runs or how well he hides, they are always there. Woohyun bitterly accepts the cruel truth. That's right, face it. I am the source of these damn ghosts. It's not that this world won't let him have peace, but that his own soul forbids it. Woohyun drags himself toward the dark room. If things continue like this, there is no difference between this world and the hell he left. He stands before the VR login pod. Instead of fleeing, Woohyun decides to confront it. If the ghosts want blood and revenge, he will give it to them. The pod door opens. Woohyun lies inside, his eyes firm and cold. A blue light flashes. Baek Woohyun accepts returning to the game.